Morning. I am Mrs. Margaret Fletcher, Associate Professor, Department of Medical Surgical Nursing, Sri Balaji College of Nursing, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai. Today I am going to deal about respiratory assessment, functions of respiratory system, air distributor, gas exchanger, filter, warms and humidifies air, influences speech, allows persons of smell. Division of the respiratory system: upper respiratory tract, outside thorax, nose, nasal cavity, sinuses, pharynx and larynx. Divisions of the respiratory system: lower respiratory tract, within thorax, trachea, bronchial tree and lungs. Structures of the upper respiratory tract: nose, warms and moisture air, palatine bone separates nasal cavity from mouth, cleft palate, palatine bone does not form correctly, difficulty in swallowing and speaking, septum separates right and left nostrils. Rich blood supply is equal to nosebleeds. Sinuses, four air-containing spaces, open or drain into nose, lower weight of the skull. Structures of the respiratory tract: pharynx, throat, base of the skull to esophagus. Three divisions: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx is behind the nose to soft palate. Adenoids swell and block. Oropharynx behind mouth, soft palate to hyoid bone. Tonsils, laryngopharynx, hyoid bones to esophagus. Structures of the lower respiratory tract: larynx, voice box, root of tongue to upper end of trachea, made of cartilage, two pairs of folds, vestibular, that is false vocal cords, true vocal cords. Structures of the lower respiratory tract: larynx continuation, thyroid cartilage, Adam's apple, larger in males due to testosterone, epiglottis, flock of skin on trachea, moves when swallowing and speaking. Closes of trachea on swallowing food. Structures of the lower respiratory tract: trachea, that is otherwise called windpipe, larynx to bronchi, consist of smooth cartilage and C-shaped ring of cartilage, tracheostomy, that is cutting off an opening in trachea to allow breathing. Bronchi, the tubes that branch off trachea and enter into lungs, ciliated branches, primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, bronchioles. Bronchioles branch into microscopic alveolar duct, terminate into alveolar sac. Gas exchange with blood occurs in the sac. Structures of lower respiratory tract: blood flow, intralobular bronchiole, smooth muscles, pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, terminal bronchioles, respiratory bronchioles, alveolus, alveolar duct, alveolar sac, alveoli. Structures of the lower respiratory tract: lungs extend from diaphragm to clavicles, divided into lobes by fissures, visceral flora adheres to the lungs, pleurisy, inflammation of pleural lining. Frontal sinus, nasal cavity, or palate, nostrils, oral cavity, larynx, soft palate, pharynx, epiglottis, esophagus, trachea, bronchus, right lung and left lung. Respiratory physiology: pulmonary ventilation is equal to breathing. Mechanism: movement of gases through a pressure gradient high to low. When atmospheric pressure 760 mmHg is greater than lung pressure, air flows in inspiration. When lung pressure is greater than atmospheric pressure, air flows out expiration. Respiratory physiology: pressure gradients are established by changes in thoracic cavity. Increased size in thorax is equal to a decrease in pressure, air moves in. Decreased size in thorax is equal to increase in pressure, air moves out. Breathing in: when breathing in, chest expands, throat expands, diaphragm contracts. Breathing out, chest contracts, lung contracts, and diaphragm relaxes. Inspiration: contraction of diaphragm and intercostal muscles. Here, internal intercostal muscles pull ribs up and out, diaphragm contracts. In laterally, sternum moves up and out, and sternocleidomastoid elevates sternum. Pectoralis minus elevates ribs, diaphragm contracts more. Expiration: relaxation of diaphragm and intercostal muscles. Abdominal organs recoil and press diaphragm upward. Posterior internal intercostal muscles pulls ribs down and inward. Diaphragm. Abdominal organ pulls diaphragm higher Abdominal wall muscle contracts and compress abdominal organs. Volume of air exchange, tidal volume, amount of air exhaled, normally after a typical inspiration, normal about 500 ml. Expiratory reserve volume, additional amount of air possibly expired about tidal expiration, 1000 to 1200 ml. Inspiratory reserve volume, deep breath, amount of air that can be possibly inhaled over and above normal. Residual volume, amount of air that stays trapped in the alveoli, about 1.2 liters. Volume of air exchange, vital capacity. The larger volume of air an individual can move in and out of the lungs, vital capacity is equal sum of IRB plus TB plus ERB. It depends upon many factors: size of thoracic cavity, posture, volume of blood in lungs, congestive heart failure, emphysema disease, etc. Volume of air exchange, apnea, normal quiet breathing, 12 to 17 breaths per minute. Hyperapnea, increase in breathing to meet an increased demand by body for oxygen. Hyperventilation, increase in pulmonary ventilation in excess of the need for oxygen. Hypoventilation, decrease in pulmonary ventilation. Apnea, temporary cessation of breathing at the end of normal expiration. Assessment of respiratory system. Introduction. Respiratory medicine comprises a large part of everyday clinical practice for two reasons. One is respiratory conditions are common, accounting for more than 13% of all emergency admissions and more than 20% of general practitioners' consultation. Respiratory symptoms and signs are elicited by respiratory history, and examinations are often present in non-respiratory condition as well as respiratory condition. Clinical history: the six key symptoms of respiratory disease are chest pain that may be extended to chest sensation, dyspnea, cough, wheeze, sputum production, hemoptysis. Chest pain as the onset, character, severity, duration, radiation, and any previous history of chest pain. Pleuritic chest pain is pain that is made worse by breathing and is often sharp and stabbing in nature when taking breathing. A history of chronic pleuritic chest pain going back several months or years could indicate an inflammatory disorder resulting in pleurisy. Chest pain that is dull and persistent in one area, and especially if it is keeping the patients awake at night, could indicate a malignant process within the chest that is affecting the chest wall. Dyspnea. Analysis is done by chest pain, severity, duration, onset, precipitating factors, and previous history. Shortness of breath that has appeared out with no apparent precipitating risk factor for thromboembolic disease and suggests appropriate test. A slow onset of gradually increasing shortness of breath over many months may indicate as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or interstitial lung disease. Conditions that have exacerbations of breathlessness such as COPD, asthma. This is the American Thoracic Society scale for dyspnea. It's given the grades, degree, and descriptions. Grade 0 is none, not troubled by shortness of breath on level or uphill. Grade 1 means is mild, troubled by shortness of breath on level or uphill. Grade 2 is moderate, walks slower than the persons of same age. And grade 3 is severe, stops after walking 100 yards after few minutes on level ground. Then 4, very severe, true breathlessness to leave the house or breathlessness on dressing or undressing. Wheeze. Ask about the onset, duration, and periodicity of wheeze. Wheeze that occurs more at night and first thing in the morning, and so that they may be exacerbated by exercise, is suggestive of asthma and COPD. A pronounced variation in the severity of wheeze, worse at night and in the morning compared to daytime, is more suggestive of asthma, but by no means excludes COPD. Inquire the relationship between other respiratory symptoms and precipitating factors, specifically asking about exercise and cold or foggy weather. Example A: history of crushing central chest pain radiating to arm and associated with nausea and vomiting and feeling of dread, confusion, myocardial ischemic pain. Example B: progressive dyspnea and fatigue over several months, pallor, but no other symptoms or signs, hemoglobin 6 gram per dl. Conclusion is anemia. Cough. Cough is the commonest symptom that is associated with pure respiratory disease that includes both foreign elements and substance generated by the host. The cough is a prominent features of upper respiratory infections, inhalation of irritants such as dust and chemicals as a result of lower respiratory infection. In addition to this, cough receptor within the lung can be stimulated as happens in interstitial lung disease or in endobronchial sarcoidosis. Today, characteristics likely diagnosis: acute onset, that is prolonged sputum clearing after 1 to 3 weeks. That means acute bronchitis and pneumonia. Regular sputum production more than a half a uh, cupful, varying in prevalence, that is bronchiectasis, occasionally chronic bronchitis. Chronic protective cough for more than 3 months in each of two consecutive years, that is Medical Research Council criteria for definition of chronic bronchitis. Clear or slightly opaque sticky sputum, white, yellow or green in case of asthma. Family history. In the family history, it is again important to inquire about tuberculosis. Any of the family members have had tuberculosis and any contact with them, whether they had a bacillus calmette urine vaccination or not. If there is a cystic fibrosis in the family, a strong family history of lung cancer in elderly patients is important, not only because the risk of lung cancer in the individual is increased slightly. Record an accurate smoking history. Inquire about passive smoking, as this is known as to at least double the risk of lung cancer and ischemic heart disease. In the social history, inquire about any relevant exposure. The most important is exposure to asbestos, which overlaps with occupational history, and also inquire about anything that may cause hypersensitivity pneumonia, eccentric allergic alveolitis. This includes a variety of molds, moles, hail, certain mold growing, hardwoods, and occasionally even in the house. Continuation of social history. Inquire about exposure to birds and whether any symptoms are related to cleaning the gauge. Hypersensitivity pneumonia results in type 3 immune response with symptoms appearing about 6 hours after exposure and continuing for 3 days. The symptoms include shortness of breath and flu-like symptoms. Occupational history. In the occupational history record, occupations that are known to relate to respiratory disease, thus electrician, plumbers, power station workers, etc., will have some risk of being exposed to asbestos. These occupations have a markedly raised standardized mortality ratio for mesothelioma and asbestosis. There are many agents that have been identified as sensitizer, which may induce asthma, and those presenting blues and pains are most prevalent. Physical examination. General observation. Temperature. That is, cold fingers indicate peripheral vasoconstriction or heart failure. Warm hands with dilated veins or ceiling carbon dioxide retention. Fingers stained with tar appear yellow or brown where the cigarette is held. Nicotine is colorless and does not stain. This indicates smoking, that is not an accurate indicator of the number of cigarettes smoked. Cyanosis. This is bluish tinge to the skin, mucous membrane, and nails, evident when 2.5 gram dl of reduced hemoglobin is present. Oxygen saturation about 85%. It is easier to see in good natural light. Central cyanosis is seen in the tongue and oral membrane. Severe lung disease, example pneumonia, COPD, pulmonary edema, peripheral cyanosis is seen only in the fingers and toes and is caused by peripheral vascular disease and vasoconstriction. Finger clubbing, there is increased curvature of nails. Early clubbing is seen as a softening of nail bud. Nail can be cracked from side to side, but this is very difficult to detect. When checking for clubbing, ask the patient to hold the distal phalanx of one finger back to back against the distal phalanx of the same finger on the opposite hand, such that the two fingers' nails are touching. Normally, there is a small window separating the two nail buds. Loss of this window indicate clubbing. This is known as schemorrhagic test. This is the picture shows finger clubbing. Respiratory causes of finger clubbing, bronchial carcinoma, that is non-small cell, in, intrathoracic suppressions, bronchiectasis, emphysema, cystic fibrosis, pulmonary abscess, fibrosing alveolitis, usual interstitial pneumonia. Rare causes include tuberculosis or codis, pleural mesothelioma, pleural fibroma, lipid pneumonia. Pulse: check rate, rhythm and character. A tachycardic bounding pulse is equal carbon dioxide retention. Tremor: find tremors caused by use of B agonist drugs. Example: albuterol. Flapping tremors, that is astaxis. Flapping when holding hands dorsiflex with fingers abducted. This is identical to the flap of hepatic failure, is a late sign of carbon dioxide retention. Blood pressure: pulsus paradoxus is causes effusion and severe asthma. Jugular vein pulse is raised in pulmonary constriction, pulmonary hypertension, right heart failure. It is markedly raised without a pulsation in SVC obstruction with distended upper chest wall veins and facial and conjunctival edema. Nose: examine inside out, looking for polyps, asthma, deviated septum, and lupus carino, that is red purple nasal swelling of sarcoid granuloma. Eyes: conjunctiva, evidence of anemia. Horner's syndrome is caused by compression of sympathetic chain in the chest cavity. Tremors, sarcoidosis, fibrosis. Iris, that is TB, sarcoidosis. Conjunctivitis means TB, sarcoidosis. Retina, that is papillary edema, is carbon dioxide retention. Cerebral metastasis and retinal tubercles in TB, choroiditis in TB or syphilis. Lymph nodes, that is feel especially in the anterior and posterior triangle, the supraclavicular area. Don't forget that the axilla receives lymph drainage from the chest wall and breast. Hands. Hands are abnormally blue but warm indicate that the patient is centrally cyanosed, and this can be confirmed by looking centrally at the tongue. Hands that are cool and blue may either indicate that there is peripheral cyanosis or combined central and peripheral cyanosis. Warm, well-perfused and, along with the flapping tremor, indicate carbon dioxide retention. The 5Cs, an explanation: cyanosis, fluid tinged with desaturated hemoglobin. Cancer, that is apical cancer, can cause small muscles. Cigarette smoking, tar staining from holding cigarettes. Clubbing, check of fogginess, curvature and the nail angle. Carbon dioxide retention flap, astaxis may be present in the severe carbon dioxide retention. Surface marking, check the old chest wall, scars and lesion. Scars may indicate previous surgery. Look especially in the mid axillary lines for evidence of past chest drains. Radiotherapy will often cause lasting local skin thickening and erythema. Veins look for unusual prominent surface vasculature. Barrel chest, a rounded thorax with increased anterior-posterior diameter. Hyperinflation is marked of smoking-related lung disease. Pectus carnivatum is also called pigeon chest. Sternum and costal cartilages prominent and protrude from the chest. It is caused by increased respiratory effort when the bones are still malleable in childhood from asthma or rickets. Pectus evacuatum is also called funnel chest. Sternum and costal cartilage appears depressed into the chest. This is a developmental defect, usually a normal variant with no significance to pathophysiology. Shape: surgical, that is subcutaneous emphysema. Hair in the soft tissue will appear as a diffuse swelling. It occurs especially in the neck. It may feel cracky to the touch. Deformity: is there any asymmetry of shape? Remember to check the spine for scoliosis, kyphosis. Surgery: TB patient from 1940s and 1950s may have operation resulting in lasting and gross deformity, that is thoracoplasty. This is the picture shows scoliosis and kyphosis. Then deformity, what we see and clinical significance. Barrel-shaped chest is increased anterior and posterior diameter, hyperinflation as in asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, pectus evacuatum, depression of the sternum, may have suffered childhood respiratory illness or rickets, may have reduced lung capacity, pectus carnivatum, sternum outward bowing of the chest, kyphosis, increased AP curvature of the spine can cause a restrictive lung defect, scoliosis, sclerosis, that is, lateral curvature of the spine. Breathing type, clinical significance, fast deep breaths, anxiety states, deep shallow breaths or pushmal respiration, that is systemic acidosis, child stroke breathing as an alternating pattern of deep regular breathing with very slow shallow breaths, prolonged expiratory phase, marked off outflow limitation, a sign of smoking related lung disease, if coupled with pursed lip breathing. Movement. Observe chest wall movement during breathing at rest. Also ask the patient to take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And watch closely. Look for asymmetry. Decreased movement indicates lung disease on that side. Decreased movement globally is seen in COPD along with the pump handle. Movement of the ribs is posteriorly only. Compared with normal bucket handle, hinge at the front and back. Horizon sulcus is a depression of the lower ribs just above the costal margin and indicates severe childhood asthma. Trachea. Trachea should lie in the midline, just beneath the sternal notch. Trachea will shift as the mediastinum is pulled or pushed laterally. The two most popular methods are as follows. Use a single finger to feel for trachea. The distance between it and the sternocleidomastoid on each side should be the same. Use two fingers and palpate the sulci on the either side of the trachea at the same time. They should feel identical in size. Apex beat for important in impulses, that is, this is normally at the fifth intercostal space in the mid-clavicular line. It will shift at the mediastinum. However, it is very difficult to palpate in the presence of hyper-expanded lung and may be shifted to the left if the heart is enlarged. Chest expansion. This is an objective measure of chest movement. Using your hands as a guide, put both hands on the patient's posterior thorax at the level just below the nipple, anchoring your fingers laterally at the sides. Extend your thumbs so that they touch at the spinous process. Don't press them against the chest. Ask the patient to take a deep breath. As they do this, watch your thumbs. They should move apart equally. Any difference in movement on one side should be visible. It is easy to move your thumbs yourself in the expected direction. Be aware of this and allow them to follow the movement. Tactile vocal parameters. This is a vibration felt on the chest. As the patient speaks, each part of the chest is tested as for percussion. Place the medial edge of your hand horizontally against the chest. Ask the patient to say 99, 111. You should feel the vibration against your hand. The test is rather crude, often neglected by clinicians. The changes are identical to those for vocal resonance. This is the pictures shows the vocal primitus. Percussion. Vibration clinical significance. Increased vibration, that means consolidation. Decrease or increase, that means pneumothorax, collapse, lungs, COPD and pleural effusion. This takes some practices to master fully. Thus, it can serve as an excellent indicator of how much time a student has spent performing the manual. The aim is to tap the chest by the standard method and listen to and feel for the resultant sound for a right-handed provider. Place the left hand over the chest, fingers separated and lying between the ribs. Press the middle finger firmly against the chest, using the middle finger of the right. Then this is the pictures also for the vocal parameters in the back posteriorly. The striking finger should be moved away again quickly, as keeping it pressed on the left hand may muffle the noise. The right middle finger should be kept in the flexed positions. The striking movements coming from the wrist, much like playing the piano. In clinical practice, one should percuss each area of the lungs each time, comparing right then the left. If an area of dullness is heard or felt, this should be focused in more detail so as to map out the border of the abnormality. This is the pictures for percussion. Auscultation technique. Diaphragm should be used except whether the better surface contact is needed in very thin or hairy patients. Ask the patient to take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. Listen to both inspiration and expiration. Listens over the same areas occurs compared to left to right. If a abnormality is found, examine more carefully and define borders. Vocal resonance, auscultatory equivalent of vocal parameters, that is, low-pitched sounds transmit well and create a vocal booming quality. Ask the patient to say 99 or 111 and listen over the same areas as before. The changes are the same as those for vocal parameters. A marked increased resonance such that a whisper can be clearly heard is termed whisper pectoralogy. Then, this is the picture shows respiratory auscultation and percussion anteriorly and also the posterior. Respiratory patterns, vesicular that is normal, quiet consolidation, collapse or effusion, polyphonic wheeze that is in case of asthma and COPD, bronchial consolidation, fibrosis, fine crackles, pulmonary fibrosis, coarse crackles that is lower respiratory tract infection, bronchiectasis and effusion. Normal often described as whistling. This is heard especially well in inspiration and early expiration. Reduced sound that is local equal effusion, tremors, pneumothorax, pneumonia or lung collapse. Global is equal COPD or asthma. The silent chest is the sign of life-threatening asthma attack. Bronchial breathing is heard over. Bronchial breathing, that is consolidation, lung abscess at the chest wall, pleural effusion. It is also heard on the upper border of the pleural effusion. Different caliber airways. These means is bronchi, that is musical whistling sound caused by narrowed airway. It is heard easier in respiration. Different caliber airways, different pitch note, thus asthma and COPD can cause chorus of notes termed polyphonic wheeze. Morphophonic wheeze, a single airway is narrowed, usually by a foreign body or carcinoma. Crackles, crepitations, waves caused by air entering the collapsed airways and alveoli producing and opening snaps. They are heard in inspiration. Chorus crackles, larger airways opening and sound like the snap and pop-off setting breakfast cereals is caused in tube fluid or infection. Fine crackles occur later in inspiration, can also be reproduced by rolling air at the temples between the thumb and this is in the fluid infections or fibrosis, particularly at the lung bases. Rub. This is creaking sound likened to the bending of new leather or creak of a footstep in fresh snow. This is heard at the height of inspiration and is caused by inflamed pleural space rubbing against each other. Consolidation. Decreased chest wall movement locally, dullness to percussion, bronchial breathing or increased breath sound, coarse or fine crackles localized, increased vocal response. Resonance. Collapse. Blockage of major airways and collapse of the distal lung segment. Mediastinal shift towards the abnormality. Decreased chest wall movement locally. Dullness to percussion. Restricted to affected lobe. Decreased breath sound. Decreased vocal resonance. Pleural effusion, collection of fluid between the two pleural layers, creating a sound barrier between the examiner and the patient's lung. Mediastinal shift away from the lesion with a large effusion. Decreased chest wall movement locally. Stony, dull to percussion. Decreased breath sound with the bronchial breathing at the upper border. Decreased vocal resonance, sometimes a pleural rub just above. Pneumothorax, air in the pleural space, mediastinal shift away from the lesion with a tension pneumothorax, decreased chest wall movement locally, hyper-resonant percussion, decreased breath sound, decreased vocal resonance. Interstitial fibrosis, no mediastinal shift. The trachea may move toward the fibrosis in upper lobe disease. Increase or decrease chest wall movement, increase percussion note, increase breath sound, increase vocal resonance, fine crackles present.